All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. I am your host, Taylor Coleman. I'm the CEO, lead writer, director, and producer at Crystal Ignition LLC. We are a small independent film and video production company located in Jacksonville, Florida. And on this channel, we talk filmmaking and gaming. So if those two things happen to interest you, do me a favor and consider subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing and it helps us out here. So today, I have some very sad news to report. Director David Lynch has passed away. He was 78 years old and he passed away on the 15th. So today, as of the recording of this video, it is January 17th. So it's been 2 days. Now, I did see this news when it first happened that morning. I saw that he had passed away, but there's two reasons why I did not say anything and didn't make a video. Number one is that I didn't want anyone to think that I was trying to capitalize off of his passing. We don't do that kind of stuff here. I'm not that kind of person. And this is also not really a news channel. We don't really report on news unless it's something related to filmmaking or gaming. But even then, not really a news channel here. And the second reason is that I wanted to take a minute to gather my thoughts and actually prepare a video for you guys to where I emphasize just how important he was as a film director. A lot of you in my audience are a little bit younger. Some of you have always had an interest in film, but maybe you just don't have the time or resources to go to film school. You have another career, other things going on, and you come here, you ask me, Taylor, what movies should I watch if I want to learn about film? Taylor, what film directors should I study? And David Lynch is definitely one of those film directors. If you've never seen a David Lynch film, I highly encourage you to check out his filmography and his work. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a bit of a background into some of the most important parts of his life, some of his most important films, and I'm going to tell you guys what he means to me as a filmmaker and why I think he is such an important film director. So before we get started, we're actually going to start with a quote from David Lynch, and this is going to come from his masterclass, and this is very recent. You just stay alert. Do your work. Don't worry about the world going by. It doesn't mean that you can sit around and not do anything. You've got to get your butt in gear and do it. And don't take no for an answer. And this to me is one of the reasons why David Lynch is such an important filmmaker. We're very used to hearing about filmmakers that either come from wealth, they have just a bunch of resources and they just start out making films because they feel like it, or they have this very, very long grind over years or decades of trying to get their name out there. David Lynch is a filmmaker that really got his start in the midst of poverty. He was living in a very bad area of Philadelphia, and he was impoverished. He was with his wife and his newborn daughter, and he was selling paintings in order to try and feed his family. So that right there should tell you that, he was not having an easy time making films. And, just to put that into perspective, I mean, imagine trying to make movies and you're selling paintings to feed your family. Imagine trying to do that now in our modern era with social media and just the way people are online and how everything has shifted politically. He would definitely receive a lot of criticism, and he probably did receive criticism then that we just don't know about. But he forged ahead. He never let any of those things stop him from making movies, and it's one of the reasons why we get to enjoy and learn from his work today. So one of these first films that he made in the midst of all of this was Alphabet. This is a half animated, half live action film that stars his wife of all people. So again, didn't have a lot of resources to work with. He was actually making another film that didn't come out. In the words of Quentin Tarantino, it was toothpicks when he tried to view the footage after he got it developed. It was just terrible. And another thing, if you haven't noticed by now, he is not just a film director, he's also a painter, an artist, and also was a musician. So he actually went to art school before he went to film school. So he had like just a range of skills. Like this man was very talented and he was very gifted. Um, so he makes Alphabet. That's a good film, and that gets him some connections to AFI, the American Film Institute. So there, he made another film, but he really didn't like the way that one came out. He had people that were over him kind of supervising, putting their own input into that movie. And he was able to, talk to some people and start working on another film. And that's how we got another one of his famous works that I'm sure some of you in this audience know. If you don't know it, you've seen the poster for it. Eraserhead. Eraserhead. This is a very, very important film. A very good film. And from there, he would actually go on to make some more classics that, for those of us that are like film nerds, like very important films. Elephant Man. That's another one that's really important. If you've never seen Elephant Man, I highly recommend that you go and watch it. And his PS2 commercial. He made a PlayStation 2 commercial. Very, very just weird, but also like dreamy kind of commercial. And it's really emblematic of the types of films that he makes. Twin Peaks, that's another one. Twin Peaks, very, very famous TV show and very, very important TV show. So, yeah, that was David Lynch. His movies were like dreamy, like that's the best way I can describe it, and very influential. He was an avant-garde filmmaker, but he was a very talented man. And for me, like the movie that sticks out to me from his filmography is Blue Velvet. That is a film that I studied in undergrad. At least 2 or 3 of my film classes, we ended up talking about Blue Velvet. In particular, the opening sequence to that film. So if you've never seen Blue Velvet, again, highly encourage you to go watch it. But even if you don't get a chance to watch it, watch the opening scene. Go on YouTube and type in Blue Velvet intro and watch it. Even now, that film was made in the 90s, but it says a lot about the political landscape in the world that we live in today. It's beautiful, and it's a textbook example of showing and not telling. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, if you take nothing else away from this video, because I know I was kind of rambling, going a little fast, David Lynch is a filmmaker that his life is a testament to the idea that you don't wait for someone to give you an opportunity to make films and make art. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a musician, if you want to be a filmmaker, don't wait for anybody to give you permission. Don't wait for anybody to give you money. Start today. Start now. And I don't want to sound insensitive because I know everybody is struggling, especially nowadays with inflation and all that different stuff. It's not easy to just go out and drop everything and make art, but you don't have to. You just start in whatever way that you can. If you want to be a YouTuber, start making YouTube videos on your phone. You want to draw, grab a cheap tablet and some pencils or coloring pencils and start drawing. There's always going to be someone out there that's going to appreciate your art. And, because David Lynch stayed true to who he was and what he wanted to do, we get to enjoy his art today. So that's going to take us to the end of the video. Leave a comment down below and tell me if you're going to go check out some of his work. For those of you in my audience that are a little bit older maybe, or you just are familiar with him, he's one of your favorite filmmakers. What's your favorite movie? Do you have any recommendations? Is there a quote or interview that you think people should really watch? Leave a comment down below. Let us know. And yeah, have a good day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time.